Hello, Damien here from Cloud Technology Experts. In this video, I'm going to show you how to log on to an EC2 instance and then install a web server, like I said I would do in the last video. Okay, so if you remember, in the last video, I used Windows to connect to the EC2 instance with PuTTY. But now I'm back in my Mac laptop, and for this, I'm going to connect to the server with the button over here. Remember, I had some issues in connecting from the web browser using Windows laptop, but here it should be good. All right, if you pay attention, these are the two EC2 instances I created earlier. If I select that and I say connect using Chrome, and hopefully they should let me in. There you go. I told you there was nothing wrong. It's probably just a web browser, which happens from time to time. And this one here, I can also connect from here. I just say connect, and it should let me in as well. Okay, perfect. So now I have logged onto the server. Again, you have the option to do it from the dashboard or to do it from your laptop. What is the advantage of doing it from the laptop? Well, from the laptop, the process is standard. So if you want to do it on Azure, if you want to do it on GCP, if you want to do it on AWS, wherever you want to connect to a remote server, PuTTY or SSH client will work. But connecting from the web browser here is just the way AWS does it. So in other words, it's specific to AWS. Nothing wrong with it, but it's good to know the alternative, and that is why I show you using PuTTY and using SSH client from Mac. All right. So we're here, I connected to the server. I can use any of them, doesn't matter. All of them are empty, but I'm going to use this one here, which is VM1. All right, so which is VM1. Let me actually make sure I'm connecting to the right one so we don't waste a lot of time. Okay, so I'm connecting to the first one here. I just click connect. And I'm going to install a web server. Understand that from here, before you can do anything, you need to understand how to use Linux. If you don't understand how to use Linux, you may not be able to do what I'm going to do. So you need to first of all learn Linux to be able to do this. So anytime you log on to a new server, you want to update the server. You do sudo yum update -y. Because it's Amazon Linux, we use yum. So wait for that to complete, where it's going to make sure that all the security patches have been downloaded. Very good. So now to install a web server, I'm going to do sudo yum install Apache or HTTPD server. So HTTPD is the name of a server called Apache, and Apache is used for hosting websites. Like I said, once you create your EC2 instance, it depends on what you want to do with it. In my own case, I want to put a web server on top of it. Okay, so it's installed. Now I can check if it's running or not. I do service HTTPD status. And it says it's dead, which means it's not running. So again, this is all Linux stuff. Now I need to start it. Service HTTPD start. But for that, I need to make sure that I'm root user. And so I put sudo in front of it. And now it should start. So if I do check the status again, it said active running. So 4 seconds ago. So my server has been installed and it's working. How do I test? To test, I need to use a web browser to connect to the web server. So for that, I need the IP address of my server, which is this. I'm going to put it on the web browser and press enter. And it's trying to connect. So it said the site cannot be reached. The reason for that is because the HTTP port is blocked. So I need to make sure the security group allows me to do that. So click on the server, click on security, click on the security group here, and let's add a rule. So you click on edit inbound rules. You say add a rule, and the rule here is going to be HTTP, because that is the port that the server uses. And in this case, I'm going to say anywhere, and I'm just going to say safe. That's all I need. Now if I come back here and I refresh it, I should have my default page for Apache come up. All right, so it's putting HTTPS and that's why it's not coming up. So, okay. Okay, so let's make sure we're dealing with the right server here. The IP address here is .43. Okay, actually it works. So now it's working because the port has been opened. So very good. That is one way to install Apache web server and make it work. But what else can we do? Let me show you this quickly. Now that we have our web server, I can actually put a real website here. To put a real website here, I have a website called Educate, which I'm going to clone. So to do that, I need to make sure I have Git installed. Git is a client for cloning repositories, and it's not installed. So again, I need to do sudo yum install Git. So that is going to get my Git installed. That will help me to clone the repository. So I want to clear the screen using that command called clear. Then I'll do Git. Now Git is installed. So I'm going to do git clone https github.com/educate. Git clone github.com educate. Okay, so now I clone the repository, and that is a repository there. So if I go into Educate, I'll see all the website is here. This is a full-blown website, and you'll see it working very soon. Okay, now for Apache, this directory, all the files here has to be inside here. Var www.html. Those files has to be here. So I need to make sure I move them here. So I'm going to do sudo move the home directory educate into here. So I'm basically going to move that right here, and now I have educate. So cd educate. Again, everything is here, but I need to move them now here. So I'm going to say move, let's say, yeah, move star educate, move educate star to this directory. And I need to make sure I am root. So do sudo. Okay, all the files are here now. Now if I go into educate, I want to make sure nothing is left here. So nothing is left inside educate. And this should be good now actually. So just refresh, and there you go. So this website is available in my GitHub repository. The link that I used was this one here. Where was the link? The link was, let's get it from here. All right, so that's the link. My website is on this link here. So let me see if I can copy that and paste it here. And you see, so that is the link that I just cloned. This is actually in my public repository, and I cloned that into this EC2 instance, and now I can access the website from here. So these are some of the things you can do with EC2 instance. You rent a server, EC2 instance, outside of your laptop, which is again hosted in AWS cloud, and now you can do whatever you want to do with it. Install applications and make them available to your customers. So as it is at the moment, I can send this to people, and if I have a business called Educate, that will basically be my website. All right, there are going to be a lot of fun things we can do learning AWS. I just showed you how to create an EC2 instance and install your web server and then install your website. In the next video, I'll show you how to create Windows EC2 instances and connect to them just like we did for Linux. All right, see you in the next video.